Very good morning to one and all. At the outset, I would like to introduce myself. I am Gvrmurthy. I am working as lecturer in soft skills in Aditya Degree College, Kakinada. I did my BE Metallurgical Engineering from AU College of Engineering, Visakhapatnam. I earned my postgraduate diploma in Communication and Soft Skills from Dethrone University, Visakhapatnam. I achieved my ELTA certification from IFLU, Hyderabad, BEC certification from British Council, Chennai, and HITS certification from Wipro Mission 10X, Bangalore. Very recently, I have been awarded a gold medal and a silver medal from IIT Madras for my excellent performance in NPTEL English Language for Competitive Examinations and NPTEL Technical English for Engineers. I started my teaching career in 1999. In the last 20 years of my teaching career, I have taken thousands of English classes for several competitive examinations such as GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, GMAT, Cambridge SOL, CAT, MAT, Campus Recruitment Training, ISET, Banks, RRB, SSC, LIC, CDS, NDA, GATE, IES, and PSU examinations. Since the beginning of my career, I have got a plethora of opportunities to address the students of graduation, post-graduation, engineering, MBA, MCA, nursing, pharma, and the aspirants of several competitive examinations. In this video, I am going to discuss the most commonly asked verbs. In my last video, I discussed some of the important verbs. So in this video, I am going to continue the discussion of the previous video. Hypothesize. Hypothesize meaning is guess. You don't know exactly something, whether something is right or wrong. So whenever you want to guess, then you can use a word called hypothesize. This word has got some important synonyms. We can use the word assume. I would like to make the assumption assume. Suppose. Another synonym we can write here. Speculate. Speculation is a noun form. Speculate is a verb. I can take another important verb. Presume. Presume. Presume, to take something to be granted. Next word, immunize. What is immunize? To build a resistance power, to develop resistance power is called immunize. Immunity is a noun form, immunize is a verb. I can say, today we are all facing a problem of corona pandemic. Then I can frame a wonderful example. It is the need of the hour for every person to immunize his body to protect himself from the prevalence of corona pandemic. Immunize means to build a resistance power. Next verb, introspect. Spect meaning is a look. Intro means within. If you would like to examine whether what you have done is right or wrong, that kind of concept is called introspect. So what is introspect? To look into our own mind. That's called introspect. Next verb, retrospect. Retro meaning is back. So retrospect meaning is to look back. To look back. Prospect meaning is to look in the forward direction, to look what is going to happen in future. That's called prospect. Mediate. We know a word called mediator. The verb is called mediate. What is mediate? To solve a dispute between two people. That's called mediate. Nepotize. There is a word called nepotism. What is nepotism? Excessive favor shown by a person in power to his persons and relations. If a person misuses his power for the benefit of his friends and relations, that's called nepotism. Nepotism is a noun. Nepotistic is an adjective. Nepotize is a verb. So what is a nepotize? To use the power for the benefit of his friends and relations. Pacify. Wonderful word. We know the meaning of peace. Pacify. What is the meaning of pacify? Pacify means to reduce the intensity of a problem. A wonderful word. For example, if you go to any doctor and use a prescribed medicine, it will certainly help you to pacify the pain. Pacify is one of the most important words, and it is also found in the balanced GRE high-frequency word list. Very clear. So if you take the synonyms of the word pacify, it has got excellent words in English language like conciliate, reconcile, soothe, appease, mitigate, mollify, placate, propitiate, allay, palliate, abate, subside, moderate, lessen, alleviate, and assuage. The words that are frequently asked in a majority of examinations. Pacify is a wonderful word. Whenever you want to talk about the reduction of the intensity of a problem, you can use a word called pacify. Reinforce. We know RCC, reinforce a concrete construction. A reinforce meaning is to improve strength and energy. That's called reinforce. To improve strength and energy. Reinstate. A word which is frequently asked in a majority of examinations. Reinstate meaning is to bring back to original condition. That's called reinstate. To bring back to original position is called reinstate. Let us take another verb. Rehabilitate. It's a wonderful word. Rehabilitate meaning is to provide shelter. Next word, transmigrate. It's a mythological concept. Generally, there is one kind of a perception that after the death of a person, the soul passes from one body to another body. That kind of thing is called transmigration. So what is the meaning of transmigrate? To pass from one body to another body after the death of a person. That's called transmigrate. Ambulate, meaning is to walk very slowly. Wherever you see the word amble, meaning is a word related to movement. So ambulate meaning is to walk very slowly. Vacillate. Don't try to make any vacillatory decisions. Vacillate meaning is to remain unsteady, to become unsteady, right? If anything does not keep constant, that's called a vacillate. The word vacillate has got some important synonyms. Fluctuate. 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 I can say another word, wander. Don't try to make any wandering decisions. Another word we can write here, waver. Don't try to make any wavering decisions. Another synonym we can write here, oscillate. Oscillating decisions. And the most frequently asked, another important synonym, I can use the word called sway, S-W-A-Y, sway. Next word, vociferate, V-O-C-I-F-E-R-A-T-E, vociferate. What is the meaning of vociferate? To shout loudly, to make a big sound. That's called a vociferate, to make a big sound. This word has got some important synonyms. I can use a synonym called clamor. You're unnecessarily clamoring. Another word you can write here, stentoriate. Stentoriate. There's an adjective called stentorian. Stentorian is an adjective. Stentoriate is a verb form. Stentoriate. Another word I can write here, shriek, shriek, to make a big shout, to shout unnecessarily, to shout very loudly. That's called shriek. Another synonym I can write here, scream, scream. He is unnecessarily screaming. Another synonym you can write here, scowl, scowling. Another synonym you can write here, yell, to shout loudly, yell. Another synonym you can write here, yell, he is helping. And a very peculiar word, W-H-O-N-E-Y. We know the meaning of W-I-N-E-Y, the liquor that we consume. Here the word is W-H-O-N-E-Y, to shout loudly is called wine. Another important word from Barron's GRE, A-B-A-S-E, the word having the highest number of synonyms in English language. I cannot tolerate your evasive decisions. Evasive meaning is insult or shame. Insult or shame, abase, A-B-A-S-E, abase, insult or shame. If you refer to Barron's GRE, this word has got excellent synonyms in English language. Don't write evasive, abase. I can say that the synonyms of the word are also very, very important in verbal analogies, which are very essential for a majority of examinations like UGC NET and AP state level set examinations and a majority of competitive examinations conducted at the national level. If you refer to the Barron's GRE book, the word abase has got excellent synonyms like A-B-A-S-H, abash, embarrass, lower, degrade, humiliate, despise, scorn, disdain, demean, asperse, slander, defame, discredit, dishonor, detract, disparage, belittle, wince, smash, slur, slight, revile, vilify, traduce, derogate, denigrate, libel, infame, notoriate, ignominiate, obloquiate, and appropriate. Excellent word in English language. Whatever words I have just pronounced, all the words are exactly found in Barron's GRE. So abase is an excellent word. The synonyms of abase are also important in a majority of verbal analogies of UGC NET and many other examinations. Abuse. The teacher abused the student for rude behavior. This is also another important word containing more number of synonyms. If you refer to Barron's GRE, the word abuse consists of many wonderful words like rebuke, reprove, reprimand, censure, castigate. So this kind of words, right? Abuse, right? A scold, blame, rebuke, reprove, reprimand, censure, castigate, lambast. You can also use lambast, upbraid, taunt, twitch, reproach, reprehend, berate, chide, admonish. Very wonderful word, admonish. You can say, right, objurgate and excruciate. The words which are frequently used in the majority of examinations. The teacher abused the student for rude behavior. I cannot tolerate any of your evasive remarks. Lord, I would like to laud the people. Lord meaning is appreciate or praise. Lord is a wonderful word. You can write the synonyms like appreciate. I would like to laud the people. You can also write another important word called admire. I would like to admire the people. Admire. I can write another synonym, A-C-C-L-A-R-M, acclaim. The concept of acclamation, acclaim. Another synonym I can write here, applaud. I would like to applaud the people. Applaud. I can write another synonym called command, C-O-M-M-E-N-D, command. We know the meaning of command. A command is referring to give the order or instructions called command. Command, I would like to command the people. Another synonym I can write here, eulogize. There is a noun form called eulogy, eulogize. And another synonym I can write here, encomiate. There is a noun form called encomium, meaning is high price, a word which is frequently used in the Hindu paper, encomiate. Another synonym I can write here, extol. I would like to extol the people. And another synonym I can write here, idolize. And another word we can write here, glorify. G-L-O-R-I-F-I, glorify, meaning is praise. I can say that the best method of developing the most powerful vocabulary in a short span of time is only by recalling the maximum number of synonyms and antonyms of a word. I can say that if you refer to Barron's GRE and Normalist, you can come across with a majority of words. The next important word, accent, small words. A-C-C-E-N-D, accent. Accent meaning is to come into power. That's called accent. I can say, after the death of his father, he ascended the throne of Delhi. A-C-C-E-N-D, right, to come into power. It has got one important synonym, E-N-T-H-R-O-N-E, enthrone. Throne is the right word, enthrone. Enthrone means to get into power. Next word, annex. A-N-N-E-X, annex. Clear annex. What is the meaning of annex? I can say Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is a great leader of India. He annexed all the princely states in the Indian Union. Annex meaning is to combine into a single body. I can write the synonym A-M-A-L, amalgamate. Very important word. Amalgamate. Another synonym I can write here, M-E-R-G, match. Annex, amalgamate and match, right, to combine into a single body. Next, conciliate. Another important word asked in a majority of examinations. Verbs. I can say that if you go to any doctor and use any prescribed medicine, it will certainly help you to conciliate the pain with which you have been suffering from a long time. I can say that conciliate meaning is to reduce the intensity of a problem. Aggravate. Aggravate, another important word asked in a majority of Barron's GRE examinations. Aggravate is an opposite word of conciliate. Conciliate means to reduce the intensity. Aggravate meaning is to increase the intensity. Aggravate means to increase the pain, to increase the suffering. That's called aggravate. If you refer to the Barron's GRE book, many wonderful synonyms are there. I can use the synonym intensify. The pain has become intensified. Another word I can write here, worsen. W-O-R-C-N, worsen. Another synonym I can write here, embitter. E-M-B-I-T-T-E-R, embitter. Another important synonym, H-E-I-G-H-T-E-N, heighten. And a very tough word of Barron's GRE, exacerbate. E-X-A-C-E-R-B-A-T-E. The last word has got a lot of difference because in a majority of NPTEL examinations and GRE and TOEFL and IELTS examination, this word is very sure to come in a majority of exams. So exacerbate, E-X-A-C-E-R-B-A-T-E, exacerbate means to increase the intensity of a problem. Aggravate is a wonderful word in the language. Next, a simple word, bisect. Wherever you see the word sect, the sect meaning is a divide. Bisect meaning is a divide into two parts. Trisect, divide into three parts. Dissect. Dissect means to cut into many parts. Dissect has got one synonym called dismember. Dismember, that's the right word. I would like to bring to the notice of all my respected audience that I don't have the facility of any PPT. That's the reason why I am required to represent every word on a white marker board and explain it. If I had a PPT, it would have been much better for me, but I cannot do it right now. Clear? So dissect meaning is, I can say to cut into many parts. I can use the synonym dismember. Contradict. What is contradict? I'm extremely sorry to contradict with what you say. Contradict meaning is oppose or object. That's called contradict. It has got two important synonyms. I can say controvert. Controvert. Like controvert, to say no. Another popular synonym I can write here, contravent. Contravent. Contravent, contra and contro. Wherever you see the words contra and contro, we must be able to recognize that the word indicates a negative feeling. Next, conceive. Very important word. Conceive means to form an idea, to form an opinion. I can say that if you would like to recognize the meanings of a majority of words, you must be able to conceive the meaning of the word by recognizing the root words of the word. Conceive meaning is to form an idea. Contraceive, to delete an idea, right? Not to form an idea, opposite word. Next, counteract, to act in the opposite direction, counteract. If you go into one word substitutions, there is a famous word called antidote, A-N-T-I-D-O-T-A, antidote. There we use the word. Antidote is defined as a medicine that is mainly used to counteract the effect of poison. That's called counteract. Counteract meaning is to act in the opposite direction. Counterbalance. Wonderful word, asked in a majority of examinations. To complete the part, that's called counterbalance. Next word, dethrone. D-E-T-H-R-O-N-E. Wonderful word. A few minutes back, I told you a word called enthrone. Enthrone meaning is to come into power. Here the word is a dethrone. Dethrone means to lose the power, dethrone. To lose the power. It has got one important synonym, D-E-P-O-S-E, depose. To lose the power is called depose or dethrone. Next, defame. We know the meaning of fame. Defame, excellent word of English language. Defame meaning is insult or shame. Demoralize, a wonderful word. We know the meaning of moral and ethical values. Demoralize meaning is to lose the moral values. Vitalize, vitality. Vitality meaning is strength and energy. Vitalize meaning is to improve strength and energy. Next word, indemnify. Wonderful word is there. There are many verbs in English language that end with FI. If any word ends with FI, the word must be a verb. Clear? For example, if you take the many words like solidify, liquefy, gasify, electrify, magnify, indemnify, there are many wonderful words are there. Clear? So what is the meaning of indemnify? To insure, to provide the security or to make the insurance is called indemnify. Patronize. This is the normal use word. In the normal use, a word is given called a patron. P-A-T-R-O-N, a patron. In my previous videos, I explained the meaning of patron. Patron meaning is supporter or follower. Patron is a noun. Patronize is a verb. Patronize, to offer the support. Next word, a river, a wonderful word. R-E-V-E-R-E, river. We know the meaning of R-I-V-E-R, river. R-I-V-E-R, river, we know. R-E-V-E-R-E, river, meaning is a respect. Clear? I can say that I revere my beloved guru, mentor, philosopher and guide, Sri Gopal sir. A river, meaning is, I can say, to show the respect. This word has got excellent synonym. I can use A-D-O-R-E, adore. I would like to adore all my teachers. I can write another wonderful synonym, Venerate, venerate. Whenever you want to talk in any important public functions or anywhere, you have to compulsorily use one of the words. I would like to revere, I would like to adore, I would like to venerate. Next word, emphasize. Wonderful word, emphasize. What is emphasize? To give a lot of stress. That's called emphasize. For example, if you go into the tenses in a past continuous tense and a future continuous tense, if you would like to talk, if anybody asks you what is the use of the past continuous tense, to emphasize a past action, I can say, during the whole of yesterday, I was taking a class. To emphasize a future action, during the whole of tomorrow, I will be taking a class. The usage is also very important. Emphasize meaning is to lay down a lot of stress. To give a lot of stress is called emphasize. Abbreviate, abbreviate. What is the meaning of abbreviate? To shorten or reduce is called abbreviate. Next word, accomplish. I would like to accomplish something. Accomplish meaning is achieve. Next verb, alte or alter. I would like to alter something. Alter meaning change. amuse. We know amusement park. Amuse meaning is right, entertain. Amuse meaning is entertain. We can also use the word called recreate. Next word, ascend, ascend. There is a word called ascending order and descending order. Ascend meaning is to go up, to increase the value. That's called ascend. descend, descend. Descend meaning is to come down, to reduce the value is called descend. Next word, very important word, authenticate. Authenticate. What is the meaning of authenticate? To prove that something is genuine. That's called authenticate. Authentic is an adjective. Authentical, adjective. Authentically, adverb. Authenticate, verb. Authentication, noun. Blend. Blend meaning is mix or combine. Couple meaning is combine, combination. Compel meaning is force. I don't want to be compelled by anybody. The word compel has got one important synonym called coerce. Confer meaning is to grant a prize or an award. I can say Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was conferred with India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna. India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna, was conferred on Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Garu. The word confer can be used with the two prepositions, confer on and confer with. Clear? To grant an award, something is called confer. Confess means to admit our faults, right? Whatever things you do, right? If you would like to admit your fault, that's called confess. Bewilder meaning is confuse. Bewilder meaning is confuse. Next word, contaminate, very popular word. Contaminate meaning is pollute. Contaminate is a substance that pollutes something. Contaminate is a verb, meaning is pollute. Contemplate meaning is to focus excessively. If you want to achieve success in your life, you must contemplate on what you are doing. Contemplate meaning is to focus excessively. That's called contemplate. I can say degenerate. Degenerate means to reduce the quality and the standard. I can say that ever since the mother tongue was introduced as a medium of instruction in schools and colleges, it must be frankly admitted that the standard of English in India has degenerated. Degenerate, to reduce the standard and quality, is called degenerate. It has got one important synonym. I can say deteriorate. Deteriorate, right? To reduce the standard and quality. Next verb, very important word, deplore. I deplore the sudden death of the great personality. Deplore means to express your grief, sorrow. That's called deplore. This word has got some important synonyms. R-U-E, rue. I would like to rue. I can say regret. Lament, a very famous word. I deeply lament. We can use another important synonym, mourn. Mourning, mourn. Another synonym you can write here, commiserate, to express grief and sorrow. Commiserate, deplore, rue, regret, lament, mourn, and commiserate. A wonderful word because she is asked in a majority of examinations. I would like to deplore, to express grief and sorrow. Next word, D-E-S-P-I-S-E, despise, scold or blame, despicable. Clear, despise. Despise means insult or shame. The Barangiari consists of excellent words for this. I can take the words called abash, embarrass, abase, lower, degrade, humiliate, scorn, disdain, demean, asperse, slander, defame, discredit, dishonor, detract, disparage, belittle, wince, slur, smirch, libel, traduce, derogate, denigrate, infame, notoriate, ignominiate, obloquiate, appropriate, and underwrite. Excellent word. Despise meaning is to insult a person, right? If you go to the adjective form, I use the word called despicable. Deny. Deny means oppose or object, to say no. Endure means tolerate or bear. Right? Endurance limit, we use the word. Endure meaning is tolerate or bear. Enfeeble. Wonderful word. To lose energy. Enfeeble means, feeble meaning is very weak. Enfeeble means to become very, very weak. That's called enfeeble. I can use the synonyms like weaken. Weaken. Another synonym I can write here, debilitate. D-E-B-I-L-I-T-A-T-A, debilitate. Another synonym I can write here, incapacitate. We know the meaning of capacity. Capacity meaning is strength and energy. Capacitate meaning is to acquire the strength and energy. Incapacitate. Another synonym I can write here, enervate. He became extremely enervated because of the extreme severity of the summer. Enervate. He can write another synonym, exhaust. We can also write another synonym, emaciate. E-M-A-C-I-A-T-E, emaciate. Another synonym I can write here, emasculate. Emasculate, wonderful word. Debilitate, incapacitate, enervate, exhaust, emaciate, emasculate, and enfeeble. Right? Whenever you want to talk about the concept of losing your strength and energy, you can use one of the words. Next, exhilarate. Very famous word. Exhilarate meaning is to feel extremely happy. For example, I can say, I am extremely exhilarated to invite all my beloved dignitaries to come on to dance and occupy the seat. Exhilarate means to feel a lot of happiness. We can use some important synonyms for this word. I can say, excite. I am very much excited. You can use another synonym, delight. I am very much delighted. I can write a synonym, elate. I am very much elated. Another synonym we can write here, elevate. I am very much elevated. These words are very, very essential. Excite, delight, elevate, right? Elate and exhilarate, E-X-H-I. Exhilarate, L-A-R-A-T, exhilarate. A word asked in a majority of examinations. Next. Commiserate, C-O-M-M-I-S-S-E-R-A-T-E. Commiserate meaning is to express sorrow, to express our deep sorrow. That's called commiserate. I deeply commiserate the sudden death of the great personality. S-T-R-I-D, stride. He's striding to walk with the long steps. That's called stride. And S-P-R-I-N-T, sprint, to run very fast. That's called sprint. We can use another important synonym, another word important, babble. B-A-B-B-L-E, babble. The drunkard is babbling, to speak foolishly, to speak foolishly, to speak meaninglessly. That's called babble. Giggle, to laugh with a great noise, to laugh very boisterously is called giggle. Heave means to lift with the force. To lift with the force is called heave. D-E-T-E-R, deter, meaning is to stop by force. Clear? In Verbs 1, right, in my previous video, I told you some of the important synonyms of the word called deter. Hinder, hamper, obstruct, restrain, impede, stumble, desist, and dissuade. Words are very, very important for deter. Whenever you want to talk about the deterrence, to stop by force is called deter. Incite, to encourage a man to do something wrong. My friend incited me to involve in the fraud. I can frame the structure, incite. If I take the synonyms, I can use the word instigate. My friend instigated me. Another synonym I can write, P-R-O-V-O-K-E, provoke. I would like to write, he provoked me. And I can write another synonym, A-B-E-T, abet. Wonderful word, abet. If you take the balance here, first page of the book, may all the verbs are given. Abase, abosh, embarrass, abate, abet, abdicate, abjure, abominate, abbreviate. All the wonderful verbs are given. There a word is called abet, A-B-E-T, abet. Right? Abet means to help a person to do something wrong. Annoy, meaning is irritate. I don't want to get annoyed. Means irritate, annoy. Next word, exaggerate. To say excessively. Please do not try to exaggerate anything, right? To say excessively is called exaggerate. Mourn, to express sorrow, grief. Recapitulate, a wonderful word. What is recapitulate? To bring back to memory is called recapitulate. I can write recapitulate. We can use some important synonyms here. Recall, If you do not recall everything, you will forget. Recall. I can also write another synonym. Recollect. I would like to recollect something. I can write another synonym. Commemorate. To bring back to memory. Commemorate. To bring back to memory. Recall, recollect, recapitulate, and commemorate. Next word, absolve, A-B-S-O-L-V. I would earnestly request that I may be kindly absolved of all my sins. Absolve meaning is excuse. You can say pardon. Absolve meaning is excuse. You can write one more synonym called pardon. I would earnestly request that I may be absolved of all the sins. The next important word, prescribe. P-R-O-S-C-R-I-B-E. Prescribe means to send out by force. I can say, right? A person was prescribed from a country, not prescribed. There are two confusing words, prescribe and proscribe. Prescribe meaning is to send out from a country, to send out by force. This word has got excellent synonyms. I-N-T-E-R-D-I-C-T, interdict. Forbid. Ostracize, wonderful word. O-S-T-R-A-C-I-S-C, ostracize. I can write another synonym, banish. Another word I can write here, outlaw. He was outlawed. Another wonderful synonym you can write here, exile. The person was totally exiled from the community. I can write another synonym, oust. And a very tough word, expatriate. Right? If you see the passport application, this word is found. Have you ever been expatriated from your country? To send out by force is called expatriate. Another synonym I can write here, evict. E-V-I-C-T, evict. And another synonym I can write here, excommunicate. Wonderful word. Excommunicate. Prescribe is a word found in a majority of examinations where verbal analogies become a compulsory part. For example, if you take UGC NET and state set examinations and GRE and TOEFL and CAT and IELTS, this kind of words are very, very important in tackling the questions pertaining to verbal analogies. So, prescribe meaning is to send out by force. Next word, prescribe. Prescribe meaning is advise or suggest. I can say prescription. If you go to any doctor, he will certainly prescribe you the most important medicines to be used by you regularly. That's called prescribe. Prescribe meaning is suggest or direct, whatever meaning. That's called prescribe. Quake. We use the word called earthquake. Quake meaning is shake. Quest, to search thoroughly, that's called quest. Quiver, to become afraid of, quiver. Quiver, but quiver can also be used as a noun. Quiver means a case for arrows. A place for keeping arrows is called quiver. Very important word. Here, quiver meaning is, I can say, what is the meaning of quiver? To become afraid of is called quiver. Retaliate. To take revenge is called retaliate. To take revenge. T-H-R-I-V-E, thrive. To become rich, to become prosperous is called thrive. Underwrite. Underwrite meaning is right, insult or shame. Vanquish meaning is conquer or defeat. Conquer. Wax meaning is increase. W-A-X, wax, right? Meaning is increase. Wane, decrease. W-A-N-E, wane. Meaning is a decrease. Condemn. I strongly condemn your statement. Condemn meaning is oppose or object. Advance. The army is advancing. To move in the forward direction is called advance. Retreat. To go in the backward direction. The army is retreating. A-F-F-I-R-M, affirm. It is generally used to talk about a declaration, a word or statement. Clear? I solemnly affirm that the information furnished above is true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. So what is affirm? To say openly, to declare that everything is right. That's called affirm. This word has got some important synonym. A-S-S-E-R-T, assert. I would like to assert something. Assert. I can write another synonym, ever. A-V-E-R, ever. To state very openly, ever. A-V-O-W, evo. I would like to evo something. A-V-O-W, evo. Another synonym I can write here, protestate. P-R-O-T-E-S-T-A-T-E. Here regarding this word, there are two confusable words are there. We have two words, P-R-O-T-E-S-T, protest and protestate. What is the meaning of protest? You will go against something, that's called protest. If you express your strong dislike, that is called protest. So protestate meaning is to make an open declaration. So affirm, assert, ever, evo and protestate, the most widely used words in a majority of examinations. Next, alleviate. To reduce the intensity of a problem is called alleviation. I am very glad to say that if you go to any doctor and use the prescribed medicines, it will certainly help you to alleviate the pain. Alleviate meaning is to reduce the intensity of a pain is called alleviate. Assent. What is the meaning of assent? Right, I can say. Assent meaning is to show our acceptance. That's called assent. To show our acceptance, I can say the chief guest assented to attend the program. Dissent. To show our disapproval. You don't want to accept something. If you do not want to accept something, that's called dissent. Discard. I'm very sorry to say that your application has been discarded. Discard meaning is a reject. Deflate. D-E-F-L-A-T-E. We have two words, inflation and deflation. Inflate meaning is increase. Deflate meaning is reduce. Inflate, right? Inflate meaning is increase. Deliberate, wonderful word. Deliberate meaning is to take into consideration. I would like to deliberate something. To take into consideration is called deliberate. It has got a four-lettered word, D-E-E-M, dim. Generally, when you want to talk about any functions and public speaking, then you can say, today, I would deem it to be of a great honor and privilege to have been extended an excellent opportunity to propound my few ideas to the favorable perusal of the respected dignitaries. I can use the word D-E-E-M, deem meaning is to take into our most favorable consideration. So deliberate and deem. But here, the word deliberate can also function as an adjective. Deliberate meaning is intentional. You are deliberately doing the work. Deliberately insulting the people. Deliberate meaning is intentional, with a strong intention. But here, deliberate is taken as a verb. Deliberate meaning is to take into our consideration. We can use the synonym of deem. Ebb, ebb and tide. Yep meaning is to go back. Tide meaning is to come forward. If you go into English grammar, there is a standard quotation called ebb and tide. Ebb and the tide is a pair of nouns. It's a pair of nouns. So ebb means to go back. E-F-F-L-U-X. Flux. Flux meaning is flow. Flux meaning is to flow outside. To flow outside is called a flux. I-N-F-L-U-X. Influx. To flow inside is called influx. Exaggerate. I would like to exaggerate something. To say excessively is called exaggeration. Flatter. Wonderful word. If you praise any person to some extent, that is positive. If you praise excessively, it is a negative. Flatter is a negative word. Flatter means to praise excessively is called flatter. It has got a synonym called A-D-U-L-A-T-E, adulate. I cannot tolerate your adulatory remarks. We use a word. D-E-T-R-A-C-T, detract. Detract meaning shame or insult. I cannot tolerate your detractive remarks. H-I-N-D-E-R, hinder. Hinder meaning is the right to stop by force is called hinder. Transcend. Right? Transcend meaning is be more than. There is a word called transcendental, beyond the human power. So transcend is a verb form. Transcend meaning is be more than. I can use a simple word called exceed. E-X-C-E-E-D, exceed. Exceed meaning is be more than. That's called transcend. Next, inhale. I-N-H-A-L-E. Inhale means to take air into the lungs. That's called inhale. It's the process of respiration. And what is the opposite word? Exhale. E-X-H-A-L-E. Exhale meaning is to leave the air outside. And if you combine both the things, we have a verb called respire. Respire meaning is to take, leave into the lungs and also to leave the air outside of the lungs. Respiration is a noun, respire is a verb. Resurrect, wonderful word. R-E-S-U-R-R-E-C-T, resurrect meaning is to get back the lost energy is called resurrect. To get back the lost energy. It has got some synonyms called revive, R-E-V-I-V, revive. Another word you can write here, revitalize, vital, strengthen energy, right? Revive, revitalize. Another synonym, resuscitate, wonderful word, R-E-S-U-S-C-I-T-A-T-E. This word is asked in a majority of examinations. Another synonym we can write here, rejuvenate, wonderful word, rejuvenate, R-E-J-U-V-E-N-A-T-E. Resurrect, all, if you examine the words, all the words are starting with R. Resurrect, revive, revitalize, resuscitate, resurrect, rejuvenate. All the words consist of the word R-E, common word, wonderful word. Next, kindle. Kindle means to start the fire. Right? K-I-N-D-L-E, kindle. For example, I can say that if you want to develop excellent linguistic competence in your life, you must kindle a fire. A fire means a strong energy, a strong desire. You must kindle a fire. Extinguish, fire extinguisher. We use a word to stop the fire is called extinguish. To stop the fire. Lament. I deeply lament, to express grief, to express sorrow. Rejoice. Rejoice means to feel happiness. Diversify. What is diversify? To divide into different directions is called diversify. Next word, regress. We know progress. Progress and regress are opposite words. Progress meaning is to go in the forward direction. Regress meaning is to go in the backward direction. Retrograde. What is retrograde? To reduce the quality, to reduce the standard. That is called a retrograde. Next, retroact. Retroact means to act in the backward direction, to go in the backward direction. And the last verb, tranquilize. Tranquilize, meaning is, we know there is a word called tranquil. Tranquil meaning is calm, peaceful. Tranquilize meaning is to put someone to sleep. That's called tranquilize. Tranquilizer is a noun form. A medicine that puts a person to sleep is called tranquilizer. If you go to any doctor and says that, sir, I'm unable to get the sleep, then the doctor will give you a medicine called tranquilizer. So tranquilize meaning is to put a person to sleep. So far, I have made a wonderful attempt to discuss some of the commonly asked words. I have consulted a majority of examination papers, right, of previous competitive examinations, and similarly, I also consulted the Hindu, Indian Express, Times of India, Frontline, and many other things. Whatever verbs we have discussed today, these verbs are frequently occurring in a majority of newspapers. The main objective that lies behind the taking of the class is to motivate my young minds to develop the linguistic competence, attempt to triumphant in your career. Very clear. So, in my previous video and this video, I made a comprehensive coverage of most commonly asked verbs in our daily life. With these very few concluding remarks, I would like to take leave with all of you for today. In my coming videos, I am going to produce the same concept of adjectives. Very clear. I would like to produce most important adjectives, right? Very clear. So, in future, I am going to produce my videos on adjectives, synonyms, antonyms, analogies, fill in the blanks, odd men out, and confusable words. I would like to talk about a wonderful videos. I am sure that if the students would like to follow all my videos, you will be able to achieve a lot of confidence. Finally, I would like to make an earnest advocation to all my beloved and respected audience to subscribe to my channel and post your comments in the YouTube only. Thank you very much. Thank you and all.